live, folks. Back again. This is your host of Lit Literature, JP, aka The Demon, and you are now back for part 3 of The Blinding Knife by Brent Weeks. Cheers. You're here with the same crew you had last episode, a little bit less than most episodes, but hopefully you're still having fun with us. And we'll start.
Me and Ben are here, so obviously.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask for your introductions this time since I missed it last
Brett
time.
the director.
Yeah, Ben the Hitman.
Thank you. I did miss it last time. I apologize, but I was just so gung-ho. I don't know what was over me.
Yeah,
okay.
Colorblind.
I was. You're right. If you had a color, what would it be, Ben?
Subwood.
If you had a color, what would it be, Ben?
I forget what each of the colors do. Black. I'd be all the colors. Or no color. One of the two.
That's no color. White's all the colors. But
no, anyway. It depends if you're doing additive or subtractive.
That's a good point. Anyway,
so
what would your one color be?
That is orange.
That is an orange.
What is an orange?
Manipulative.
Really simply. Whatnot.
I don't think I am.
Me?
Definitely.
I think I'm a bichrome. I think that I could get really wild, and then I also have a little bit of subred in me.
I'm definitely a bichrome. I don't fit in one.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us do. I don't think any person fits in one, to be honest. Except for Ben. Is there an assassin color?
Subred.
Yeah, subred. You're subred.
No, subreds are so passionate.
Well, Ben's passionate too, so he's a bichrome also. We're all fucking bichromes.
Anyway, folks, I think we said this in the first section, but we would love some comments on what you think we would be.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I can already tell you you're wrong, because I don't think people fit into one color. Most people.
That's fine. But we're interested in what you think anyway. It'll be fun.
You think we are, and what you think
you are. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you? What are we? And we could have more than one, just like you could have more than one. There you go.
I want to hear it from everybody. I don't know if Animalia is watching these episodes, because I know he's mostly a Sanderson guy.
He's mostly a Sanderson
but if he is, I really want to know, because he's the one that comments the most.
Yeah, that would be awesome. We should...
he or she. I don't...
Oh,
they.
You know what? We could, when we throw this episode out there, we should throw an @
Yeah, I will. I'll do it.
Because we have him on
at
Twitter.
I
think he's a Twitter follower of ours.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Anyway, we want to have fun with you guys, so it's just fun. I mean, we're goofballs, so essentially, have fun.
Just so you all know, we love when people comment, because
yes,
we loved it. There's episodes where people will watch them like months and months later. And it's really fun to just be reminded of the old episodes when people come and watch them, and we get to like re-interact with that episode, especially the Sanderson stuff.
Yes.
And now for me, especially the Weeks stuff as well, because I really like this guy.
Weeks is
he's good.
He's so
really good.
He's really good.
We are so happy to be doing this series because it's going to end, and then we also get to get back into Sanderson, which is going to be super fun.
Does Weeks have another series?
Oh, yes.
Once we're done with Sanderson, we have to revisit Weeks and do more of his series.
Oh, you're gonna like it.
He only has one other series,
yes,
I think, and it's
right now.
Night Angel series.
Okay, and it's finished.
Yeah, it's a trilogy.
Yeah, let's definitely do that after like Mistborn or whatever.
It's good. It's not as epic as this.
Yeah,
because this is his second series, so he grew from that.
Yeah, gotcha.
The sad thing is that I avoided this series so much because I was kind of pissed that he wasn't continuing the first series.
Oh, really? You liked it that much?
It was that good.
Yeah.
And then I got into this and I was like, what was I doing?
Okay, I get it. I get it.
It's funny, because before Josh read it, who's not here anymore, I saw it all the time at Boulders, at...
I remember you telling us about this.
And I just hated the book cover. I'm like... This is dumb. I'm not gonna read it.
Look at this stupid white book cover.
I used to go in there all the time, and eventually I look at it, like no, and then eventually I look at it and read it, like this sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
And this is like 3 years, and like I saw the first one, and by the time I finally read it, he had all 3 out. And it's one of the greatest series I read at the time, because I was in a really low point of like reading, I guess, and it's like I couldn't get into anything, and reading the Night Angel series really brought me back into reading.
Yes,
and like that excitement.
What's his release schedule on these about? Every 2 years, something like that?
This was a longer one, but I knew that he was paying special attention because it was supposed to be a trilogy.
Okay.
And then he ended up accidentally making it 4, not 4, but 5 books. So he jokes about it all the time. But what he says is he didn't want to end up in a George R. R. situation.
Yeah, right.
He's like, I'm finishing this.
Yeah.
So this was a longer gap, but I think before it was just a year or 2 in between each book. Yeah. I think. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was a year or 2.
I always still find that funny how George R. R. is like, I'll never write another series that's this big. But then he'll be like, oh, by the way, it's now 7 books.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
I know, you just have to go where it takes you.
You got to go where it takes you.
All right.
Okay, back into the vibe. So we left...
So Karris, he thinks, is sitting on his lap.
Exactly. Thank you, director. So we left during the night out scene where Gavin's going to bed complaining about how just hard he is all the time.
Yeah.
And wakes up to
somebody.
Fun.
Yeah.
Which could be Mauricia. He thinks at first, but then he smells Karris.
Yeah. Mauricia. Yeah. And then he's like, oh, this is not. It's Karris.
Yeah.
And then he grabs the ass and is like, it's so soft and plushy and...
That doesn't make sense for a blackguard ass.
He's like, and no, he kind of even says, he's like, I guess maybe, a blackguard could maybe have some slightly non-toned parts.
Well, I take a few more hugs, so I'm gonna think about this.
Like I said,
a little bit harder.
Like I said, a man figures it out like Braille. A woman turns on the light.
Oh dear.
It was terrible. And he was like kind of figuring it out, but by that point, Karris is like busting the room with the lights on.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck? And then Gavin's like, holy shit. Like, he was like, just as toxic as Karris was.
Yeah.
The worst part about it is, like, Brent Weeks did an amazing job kind of setting up that you're, like, trying to tell yourself, just like you said. You're like, please be Karris. Please be Karris.
Dude, there was no doubt in my mind it was Karris. As soon as he said... I'm not even joking. As I'm reading it, as soon as he said the perfume, I was sold. I'm like, yes, dude. I'm like, damn, Karris. Karris went fucking to the paint. She went hard on this. You know what I mean?
Thinking about this moment.
The thing is, she did.
She did, yeah.
5 minutes too late.
Right.
Yeah. I was thinking about this so hard because I was like, can you imagine this? I was just like putting myself in the shoes. So the light turns on, and then he's got this girl on him, and then he sees a woman he loves right behind her like this.
Oh, dude, that would be
staring down at it.
Devastating.
Like and Gavin, like how long he's been just trying for this. And then he sees this, he's like, oh, fuck.
Dude,
me.
In just the vast stereotypical history of this happening to men in which they purposefully did it, it made my heart hurt to see it happen to somebody where they're the victim.
Yes, he was
so
totally, he was male raped.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
I know, man. That's what I kept saying. Like, obviously, I don't...
It's not the same.
It's not, like... I don't want to say that she deserved to get murdered.
No, even he said that.
But she did not deserve to get murdered, but it was rape.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah. She raped him.
She raped him, and... Oh, man. And she almost... Luckily, we find out that she didn't cost him the relationship with Karris. But at that moment, dude, I was like, this is it. This is what...
I remember Brent came back, and he goes...
I'm so sad.
I'm so sad. Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, you're right there. I mean, just, Jesus Christ. And after everything that we've read, you're just like, finally, it can work.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was so... Gavin, like, he did that, whatever. But, like, the black girl's outside his door.
Yeah.
My first thought was, like, why would they let this random 19-year-old trainee into his room?
Yeah.
Like, no one came in or out. There's no messages.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
he did say, God damn, I need to get laid to him before he went to bed.
Yeah, that's true.
He did.
And they thought he...
See, that's why we as men need to learn to stop fucking speaking our minds about this shit. Because people will just let us... assassins into your room. Like, what if she was trying to kill him?
That's even worse.
Yeah.
I know. He said that. That's true. But you're a blackguard. and you're not like swayed by like
Yeah.
those desires.
Yeah.
You can't.
Well,
And so it's like no one in there is gonna get in.
here's the thing, though.
And then they're like, just go in there, you'll be fine. You're a pretty girl.
Yeah.
And that's like the total opposite of everything the Blackguard stands for.
Yeah.
But here's the thing,
And
though.
they're young.
They're young, but the new Blackguard, and even some of the current Blackguard.
She's also the daughter of somebody in extreme power, though, right?
She is.
Could that
Well,
influence
yes.
it all?
No.
I mean,
No.
It wouldn't. If there was a senior Blackguard there,
would never.
she wouldn't have gotten in.
Mm-mm.
But she was a daughter of a satrap.
Yeah.
Or like a niece of a satrap.
A niece of a satrap. But the thing is that the biggest thing is that this is the shift of the Blackguard.
Yeah.
The Blackguard is more and more obsessed and in love with Gavin. And the new guys, one of their names is Gavin.
Yeah.
He's been named after this prison.
Gavin, yeah.
He's named after the current prison he's serving. In their mind, he's like, they're going to let... That's the thing. The Blackguard used to be like allied to something, but he's been around so long as the prism. The shift in allegiance has started because most prisms don't last as long as...
This is exactly why we in the U.S. have a 2-term limit.
Yes, it is.
Because that's actually, as much as I love Gavin, those shifts in loyalty should not happen because you need that balance of power.
You need it.
You need it.
I mean, that's true. But I also feel like they were so new that they had no... I feel like... what's his name? Andros.
Andros.
He somehow manipulated the guard rotation so there was 2
he does or does not
genius,
deny that. He does or does not deny that. I think he might have been taking credit for something.
2 junior guards at the door who didn't know what to do when Anna came in. Instead of turning away like a senior guard would have, because they knew the situation. Yeah. They might have spoken of it, but they knew that he was in love with Karris, and Anna has been a problem before.
Yeah, she's tried to sneak into his room before.
And they would have sent her away.
Twice. Yeah. She's been turned away twice before then. Yeah. It's interesting because she was a character in book 1 when he was teaching the Superviolet class.
Yeah. You think that... Never mind.
No, say it.
No, I don't want to.
Oh, it's that bad, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, like, the thing about it is, it's really interesting, but the guards at the door, they love him, and they were uniquely young. But you also see...
I don't know if they loved him. They were just uniquely young and inexperienced, I thought.
I think they also love him.
Well,
because he didn't even ask him to lie for him. And they did.
Oh,
there's my question. I was curious if they did.
Maybe they didn't. Maybe Gavin's seeing it that way.
That's one thing that I was wondering, because even later when he brings it up and he says like, "Thank you, you didn't have to lie for me," the guy was like confused.
Yeah.
So like I was really curious about if that's going to...
I also felt the White might have
intervened because they're more loyal to her, or supposed to be.
And like
technically,
she said I already interviewed them.
Yeah.
And she already prepped them on what to say.
Oh, that's right. She did interview him. Yeah.
When they talked to Endless Guile.
Mm-hmm. We don't know how manipulative the White is, truthfully, yet.
She definitely... I wasn't too sure in the beginning, but she definitely seems at this point to be legitimately liking Gavin.
Oh, she said she bet she's about to die. She's like, I bet everything on the Chromeria on Gavin.
But I also think like she would have felt that like this one thing of Gavin throwing this girl out the window if he did.
Yeah.
You know what we
would have been like, let's just overlook this because we need Gavin in charge because there's so much more corruption.
But the thing is like, where this is like the societal thing. That's like, if you're doing so much good, but then you do some bad, where does the punishment lie? Gavin thought the punishment lied there.
It just seemed really, really weird to me that these inexperienced guards that didn't even know to not let in this girl could be so convincing that they were able to convince two incredibly powerful and smart people of their lie. Like, these are people that are constantly looking for liars.
That's why I figured that the white, like, coaxed them to say that.
Yeah.
And, like, this is his story.
That's a great point.
We can't have him being arrested right now.
I don't know. I mean, I could be barking down the wrong alley. I just felt like I felt like the writer. I feel like Weeks specifically brought a little bit of attention to the guard being confused when saying.
Yeah, he definitely did.
He did, and I feel like there's something going on, and there is precedence. I don't know.
No, I feel like the white.
Yeah.
Has known all along.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm going to bring something else up.
Here's the thing. There is also precedence. I'm not necessarily saying that actually, now that I think about it, I'm not necessarily saying that Gavin misinterpreted it.
Yeah. But
that the guards didn't not see what they saw because there is precedence to there being magic that can make you see things that aren't happening, such as at the wall. There was something. So I wonder if there was somebody involved.
Some orange.
I wonder if there was some orange involved that knew this was going to happen, sent this girl there, knew that Karris was coming. I wonder if the white gave her blessing because she knew that Karris was going. That's a little bit too deep, but...
Well, here's
I kind of see that, but I think that's...
I don't truly believe that. I just thought that through
right this second.
Yeah.
I know what Brent's doing right now. He's like, what if?
Yeah.
I feel like there's too many what ifs.
It's a lot of what ifs.
Yeah. So the one thing that I was going to say on that...
The main what if is the guard didn't seem to know that he was lying. Even when talking to Gavin. Yeah. And maybe that's just how deep his lie was. Or maybe it was some type of spell.
I felt like he just couldn't admit it at that point.
That could definitely be it.
I have some other comment to make, and I don't know if this is right or not, but one of you said it that actually triggered this thought. Mm-hmm. And it's that, like, we don't get a ton of white time like we do Andros.
Right.
And we realized that the white outmaneuvered Andros Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I'm starting to realize that, like, we may not get a lot on the white, but she knows a ton. And then there was that scene with Mauricia on the white's lap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh my God.
Crying. And then, like, then I kind of want to ask myself in this scenario is, like, how much does the white really know?
Because one of the things we forget is Mauricia was assigned by the white.
She was.
And Gavin was like, I turned her as fast as I could to my side. But did he?
I don't know.
Maybe that's why. It could be why she's so hell-bent on not leaving his service.
She's hell-bent on not leaving his service, that's for sure.
But I feel like
why is she
I think she's in love with him.
Good? Yeah,
I think
so
said
too.
the best thing ever. He's like, I've never seen a scenario where one person's in love with another and the other doesn't know it.
Well, there's also a part.
I feel like she's definitely in love with him.
Yeah,
but I don't feel like it could.
That doesn't mean she's not working for the white
either.
Here's also the thing, though, is that I wonder if also because slavery has been legitimized.
Yeah.
I wonder if there are slaves that take their jobs just as seriously as, like, Fortune 500 CEOs. Yeah. You know what I mean? And, like, she just takes her job very, very seriously. Yeah. It's like, my job is to please him. My job is to be there for him. My job is
the best on the planet.
Who makes her... That's, like, part of her identity.
I was thinking that. Dude, I was thinking it until the last time that she was able to make love to Gavin. Mm-hmm. I was thinking that she was just there to make sure that she was essentially she's the best, highest profile room slave ever because she's a room slave to the prison and she can impact the entire world and she's doing a phenomenal job. But then that last moment where she was like, no, look at me kind of thing. And that whole scene that was written in there made me say, she knows it's over.
Well, but I felt like that was saying, like, I didn't think it was saying it was over, that scene was telling for me, look at me. This
love
is
you.
Me. I love you.
Yeah.
And she took it all the way to her climax. Because, like, before, she was a slave. I mean, she's still a slave.
Always his, yeah.
And she always came to his climax.
Right.
And in that scene, she kept going until she...
Till she did.
Because
she may never be able to get it again.
Yeah.
Now, I 100% actually agree with that. But just as an alternative, it could... Well, actually, maybe... Yeah, not bringing it to her climax. That doesn't really fit with what I was about to say. What I was about to say is... she could have been so desperate to stay in his service because of her partnership with the White. But that is a really good point. Like, bringing it to her climate, that doesn't service that goal at all. That only services her love for him. Yeah.
I genuinely feel like she loves him.
Yeah.
And she knows that he can be in love with her because she's a slave.
Yeah.
And she knows that Karris will be his wife. And
yeah.
I think she knows that he can't be in love with her because of Karris White Oak.
No.
Because I would tell you, if Gavin didn't have Karris White Oak, he probably would love.
Definitely.
You think so?
Marissa.
Yeah. I think.
You think different?
I personally feel like as nice as the thought is to have somebody that is that dedicated to like your pleasure and happiness.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to have a deep connection with somebody that is like so one-sided like that.
That's true.
You know
That's
what
a
I
great
mean?
point. You bring up a great point because it's true in the sense that he's doing what he's doing and he couldn't survive it without that person.
I think the only way that there can be a one-sided thing like that is if the other person sees you as infallible and nobody's infallible. And I think in order to have a deeper connection, you need somebody to see your flaws also. And I think that that's what Karris is. Yeah. Karris knows the good and the bad and still loves him regardless. Whereas I think she's just like, this perfect being in front of me is just...
I mean, you say that, but I feel like she knows all the things that he's done.
That's true. She does know, but I don't know if she sees them as...
I think she accepts those flaws.
Mm-hmm. She definitely does also
and
have sex with
realizes him. That...
Yeah. She does accept those flaws.
And she's like, they're not as big as you think they are. Like, you killed Karris' brothers.
No, I'm just kidding.
Honestly,
it wasn't because you wanted to kill them.
Yeah.
Because they came at you.
Yeah.
It comes down to what Brett said earlier. It was Iron Fist. I don't think you see the man that you are.
Yes.
If you're the man that I follow. And I think that's inner monologue because I don't think Kip sees the man that he is. Mm-hmm. Even Gavin, when he came back, he's like, he's not so fat anymore.
Yeah.
And he's not, look at that chin coming out and this Gavin, or this guile jaw and all this stuff. Yeah. And then he's like, he may never be slim, but the way that I view him, he's like a lineman.
I do have to say, though, that as much as I 100% completely agree with Iron Fist that I don't think Gavin understands the man that he is, I think that one of the reasons Gavin is the man that he is because he doesn't believe he is the man that he is. And I think that the insight that he gave Kip, which is let these people believe in their false gods, let them believe in your legend, but don't believe it yourself. Yeah. I think that is the key to being an actual great person.
Yeah.
You know?
Because you can't allow that cloud of like
infallibility.
Yeah.
Like these people believe you're a god. You're not a god. You're just a man.
I gotta stay humble.
That you can make mistakes.
Yeah, it's like I gotta stay humble. I'm human.
Right.
I gotta stay humble.
Right.
I gotta know my dark side. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So anyway, that all happens. Yes. So Gavin accidentally I guess he accidentally throws that woman out. You said you have a Brett bet?
I don't know if I do anymore.
Why
not? My Brett bet was based off of the topic that I brought up, which was, what was it?
Did he really throw her off, or did she?
Yeah, did he really throw her off, or did something happen? I'm somewhat inclined. I mean, I don't know.
No, I honestly believe he threw her off.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that.
I honestly believe he threw her off, but I wasn't completely convinced that they were lying, though. I thought that there was some type of manipulation going on where this was more set up of a situation than we thought.
Maybe that's what they saw, too.
I mean...
Doesn't mean that it was
real. I guess that'll be my Brett bet. The situation with...
Oh, that's...
No?
I mean, you can say it, but it has to be... That's pretty complicated. It has to be more clear-cut.
I was going to make... I felt like I was going to make it clear-cut. If you feel like it's not clear-cut enough, I'll let it go. So my Brett bet was going to be the situation in Gavin's bedroom was set up and that the guards are not lying, but Gavin did throw her off.
Okay.
I feel like
you don't even need to be that situation. You could almost just say...
You're saying Gavin...
Was the situation...
That makes sense so that it has to be magic.
I think you could say, is the situation in Gavin's bedroom set up or not? What about that?
I mean, I kind of feel like she was sent up there.
Think so?
But...
Okay, I'll go super freaking Shardblade's Hail Mary. So my super Shardblade's Hail Mary is...
Shardblade Hail Mary.
is, I'm going to say that I don't even truly believe this, but I think it'd be awesome if I was right. So I'm going to say my Brett bet is that the White both sent up the girl and Karris.
I'm going to say no.
I think that's probably the best way to bet.
I mean, hardcore, honestly, no.
Yeah.
I feel like...
I think that you're right. But like I said, I want to make a Hail Mary, and we haven't had a Brett bet today, so...
Yeah.
I don't think I could partake in this one.
Bet, Jeff? So
no,
yes or no? Because we already made our bets, so yes or no?
No, I have to abstain, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I that's the bet.
I'll drink with...
Ben with the no, Brett with the yes.
I'll drink with the loser no matter what.
Okay.
All right. That was crazy.
The White sent up both the girl and Karris.
I think we underestimate the White a little bit.
Ben, no. Brett, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So, let's...
And don't get me... Like I said, I kind of actually would... If somebody else made the Brett bet, I'd go with Ben. But I think it'd be a fun little... Let's just throw it out there and see if anybody catches it.
All right. So, so Gavin's back. Now let's talk about true Gavin.
All right.
He gets out of blue prison. Then he gets out of green
and then he sees shiny things like a fish, and he has to touch it.
And the dead man's like, don't touch it! You're gonna die! Don't touch it!
The other funny thing is that, like, for a split second, there was a piece of me, there was a part of me that was like, you idiot, you should have listened to the dead man. And then I'm like, wait, the dead man's him.
Oh, dude. But at the same time, I don't know what it was. I don't know that it would matter necessarily, because when I think about Dazen, and he had this setup, literally, so that when you touch it, it said almost.
What a dick.
Dude, can you imagine? Yeah. It's like a miracle that he spent the first 1 year doing this.
Yeah.
And a not miracle, I'll talk about that in a second. He even says so later. But the first year, he was so jaded that his prison, he was like, and then my brother will get here, and he'll touch it, and he'll be like, almost, bitch. And then he'll drop it into a new prison. I'm just like, dude, that's how angry you were.
Yeah.
Like, you think about that for a second. That kind of torture, after the amount of shit that the true Gavin Giles been going through, and keeping will. Like, I'm gonna live. And then I realized for a moment, there is something that Kip has that I think might indicate. I don't know this for sure. That might indicate that he's Gavin's kid and not Dazen's. Dazen is smart. and Gavin, or Kit may have that as well, but something about the will. Gavin would not die. 16 years in a prison looking at blue, and he wouldn't fucking die. He will not find a way to get out and just crawl out, and anything that he could do to live. And I was like, holy shit. And then you get into this scenario where he breaks out of green. I'm either going to die or she's going to fuck up. Well, it wasn't she, but he or she. He was just like, whoever's throwing the bread is going to either fuck up or I'm going to die. Yeah. Like, just the mindset that guy had for 16 and a half years.
Yeah.
Almost 17 years. Unbelievable amount of will.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I feel like it's the opposite for some reason.
Yeah?
No. Yes.
Ben, you tell me.
Ben's got a bet with himself.
Stop arguing with me. No. But Gavin believed that he had this prison down and it was inescapable. Fuck. And other Gavin.
Real
prison
Gavin.
Real Gavin. He put everything he had. Alright, I don't know what I was gonna say now.
You're just biding time.
I was.
Anyway, the three little piggies.
Alright. So let me talk about this.
Go.
You got it?
In the childhood,
Yes.
real Gavin always been Dyson. But Dyson had a ability to go berserk if he was pushed too far into a corner.
Yep.
And the one time Gavin pushed him into a fight, into a corner like that, Dyson won.
He almost killed that too.
Yeah.
They never fought
again.
Again. Because Gavin's like, I don't know. He's like, there's no point of me fighting him because if I win, I'm the older brother. If I lose, I'm the lesser person.
Right.
And so, this entire time, the real Gavin had this inkling that Dyson could just like beat him if he went all out. And that's how he got out of the first prison. When he threw away all his worries, all his like, I'm gonna die doing this, or I'm gonna get out.
Yeah.
And so when he finally got out of the first prison and the second prison.
The green.
Prison.
He is a prism though. Ben's like, I need another drink.
Give me a second.
If you can't tell, folks, this is part 3.
Part 3
of this episode. So, though you may get it a week later, we're doing it the same night.
Ben needs to draft more light right now.
I need more orange. Is this orange or yellow?
You did say you were an orange.
I was drafting.
Oh, you said I was orange.
Yeah.
Shows he doesn't know me.
What?
You should know the person you killed.
Don't you
Ben.
know that Gavin's mom is an orange?
I don't feel like I fit into a color, but let's continue this.
I'm just joking.
You'd be like,
I'm just
mom. It's fine.
I think you need a balance of colors.
But when he was fighting through all those colors,
Yes.
honestly, I have no idea. I lost all my
All right. Can I hijack this today? Can I hijack this?
I lost all my train of thought.
Can I hijack? Do I have your permission, Hitman? All right. I would like to bring up this point. So, my thought.
I had a point.
Ben actually. Ben, it'll come back.
Just destroyed it.
Ben's point will come back. But the point that Ben actually spurred in me is that he was saying, like, something about Gavin.
Did you forget?
No, I didn't forget. I know my point, but I'm trying to figure out what triggered me. But anyway, the point is that I think that there's a purpose. And as we know, it's the purpose of Gavin Guile in the prison has nothing to do with him coming out or doing anything to the storyline.
Right.
So we know that now. So the realization that I have is that Brent Weeks wanted absolutely to bear into our mind that Gavin Guile never fucking gives up. He never gives up. 16 years in a prison, he doesn't give up. Beat by his brother, he never gives up. Nothing ever gives up. He just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. And then they reiterate it in the Blackguard got, well, in Kip, yes. But that's where I'm going to get to at this point. But there's another Blackguard. My name's Will. He's an idiot. Mm-hmm. He's in the Blackguard. He's like, they call me Will because my name's Will because I have the best will. And then he makes blue so strong that you can do anything with it because his will is that strong. And the reality about men, and they've been eating on this the whole time, is that women are super chromats. They can, for the most part.
Yeah.
50,
not tier. No, women are
like 80%.
80%.
No, it was 50-50.
Women are 50-50? All right. I wish we had a fact checker right now, but women are 50-50.
Oh, I was thinking the proportion of like...
No, men are like 2%.
1 in 10,000.
Oh, really?
It's like...
but women, like, every other woman is a super cool man.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. So women are 50-50. Men are like 0.001.
Yeah.
Or 0.001%. Anyway, point is that Dazen is a super chromat.
Yep.
Gavin Guile may also be a full spectrum, but his will is the only thing that separates them. And I think the point that they're making is that Kip is a super chromat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yet nobody... Every time Kip touches anybody else's Luxon, he hijacks their will. Mm-hmm. His will is something beyond belief. And I think my theory is that Brent Weeks is hinting at a genetic... You have the will and the super chromacy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happens when that... Because that's how men tend to survive.
Yeah.
Because we could get away with not seeing perfect colors because our will is there. But we also, therefore, die earlier. Because we have to use more. We have to use more will.
Yeah.
Whereas if you could just use finesse...
Yeah.
It's like will and finesse.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you got the finesse, you don't need to use a will. But we, unfortunately, have to use a will because we can't see all the fucking colors.
Right.
A Dazen Guile sees all the colors. And I feel like maybe my theory is that Gavin Guile has the will. And there's a genetic connection there. But maybe Kip got them both. Maybe. Seems like it, in my opinion. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sure. Sorry about the...
I get what you're saying.
I can see it because when he went through the test where you're supposed to fail, that he almost passed.
Yeah.
And he only failed because the person admission doing the test put the vote back in and she wasn't supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't. He would have passed. And the only person who passed was Dyson, his uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What it was Dazen that passed it? Or was it actual Gavin?
No, it was Dazen.
Did they say that he passed or did they say that he beat him?
No, it's...
he did pass. He never tapped out or whatever.
It's at 5 minutes
yeah.
and you pass or something like that. And he made it to 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And it definitely was Dazen?
Yeah, definitely Dazen.
Dazen was the one who did it, yeah.
Oh, wait, was it by name Dazen? Like, they knew it was Dazen?
Yeah, they knew it was. That's what he was like, my brother passed. He said that.
They both won the thing at like 17.
Yeah.
Like, when they're young.
That's so weird. Why did I in my mind, I processed that as
12,
Kip thinking his dad did it. Weird. Okay.
All I can tell you is the will that Gavin...
Well, let me ask you guys this, because I have a question about that scene in the prison. Why is it that you guys think Gavin, non-real Gavin, Dazen, was making these deals with Gavin when he was planning just to shoot him?
I don't think he was.
What do you mean?
Because he was basically like negotiating with him. promise me that Kip's going to be taken care of. Promise me that this.
Oh, I already
know
that. I can tell you this right now.
But then he shot him.
Yeah, I could tell you hands up.
I mean, right at the almost end of the book.
Right at the end. No. Not at the end of the book.
No, right in the middle.
Yeah.
It was like 80%.
Well, okay, 80.
I don't remember where it was, but yeah. Whenever he shot him in that scene.
I felt like he was just undecided of what he was going to do.
He wasn't sure he was going to do it till he did it.
He just went down there, and he felt like... Like, this is what I felt. And he went down there, and he realized he killed that girl, and he was totally off balance, and it's like, I don't deserve to be the prism.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't balance the colors, I killed this girl. And he went down there and was like, I thought his initial plan was to be to release Gavin, and either go in prison, die, whatever, and have him start like balancing everything, because Dyson Gavin, like, he doesn't see himself as selfish, but he is.
Yeah.
And he's like, we need to balance the kingdoms because of like destroying each other. So he went down there, and then he heard Gavin talk, and he's like, holy shit, he's crazy. Like, I destroyed my brother. He wasn't like this before. And if I let him out now,
the world's fucked.
So he made those deals, and it's like, this is it. You're free. And he shot him. Like, boom.
Yeah.
Because that was the best.
Yeah.
Can I add to what... So I agree with what Ben said. I'm going to add on the fact that... So basically he went down there expecting to release him. And then through that conversation, he was like, holy fuck, you're crazier than I am. And I'm fucked up. He's like, you can't be the prism. I'm going to have to kill you. So once he decided that, in his mind, it was like, oh yes, just promise me this. Just promise me this. Setting him at ease so that when he removed the window, he could
shoot.
It was the whole...
It was
literally the whole guile.
The entire purpose
thing.
of those promises was literally... Actually, if Gavin was on point and not going insane, he would have been like, why are you agreeing to all this?
Yeah.
But he wasn't, because he was so pissed and
right.
like out of control. The reality is, when he decided he was going to free him, they would have had a real conversation. Yeah. Once he was like, yes, and you go here and you go here. Nope. He was literally, it switched. The switch had already been triggered. It was just, I'm going to say what you want, I'm going to say what you want, I'm going to say what you want, and I'm going to kill you.
So do you think that there's any part of that interaction that is actually going to end up increasing Gavin Dazen's will? Because I feel like I almost feel like he's been like pretending to be Gavin. He's been trying to like overtake elements of his personality.
Now he's accepting himself.
Yeah, so I wonder if like going down there and seeing how crazy he's become, but how much his will is, I wonder if that will increase
I
his
might
will
have had an interesting conversation with you a second ago, but Ben brought up a great point that I had forgotten. And that is that Dazen was the only one else who built that Tesla.
Who built it,
And it's almost like I realized a second ago is I do think, I don't want to take away from Dazen/Gavin's will. I know Gavin has it. He would survive that. Like, everything that he went through to just get shot in the face was amazing. However, that doesn't mean that Dazen doesn't have it.
Yeah. Like I said, I for some reason I processed it as Kip thinking his dad did it. I don't know why I processed it that way, but now knowing that it was actually Dazen that was the only other one to pass that.
Did anybody else catch the best comment? Like, it was like Kevin was like, what would I have done 17 years ago or whatever? He said like that, and he's like, or what? As a 17-year-old, what would I have done? And he's like, wasn't he 18? Weren't you 18? And then he's like,
it was a long time ago.
Whatever. Anyway, I thought that was amazing.
All right.
That was definitely Gavin and Kip talking.
Yeah.
So we need to get to the final battle because we're running out of time.
We are.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about this.
So we don't know, but we do know that Gavin is dead. He didn't escape.
Yeah. That
was a huge surprise.
I'm not going to lie. I had to rewind that scene because I was a little confused who killed who at first. Because he was like, he looked over at the first time I read it, I thought that Dazen did let real Gavin out, and that real Gavin, went and like metaphorically shot the dead man. That's what I thought, but
Gavin kept looking at the dead man. Remember?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But then when I listened to it the second time, I was like, oh no, Gavin fucking killed him. No, because I was so shocked, I couldn't accept the fact that Gavin, that this guy doesn't get out, and that Andrew's the only one that wins that breath bet.
All right, that's amazing, and that's hilarious because he won't even be here for the rest of it, which is funny. Well, he might be.
He's skipping out on all of them.
We'll just make him drink.
Yeah, we'll make him drink.
It's gonna be hilarious when he drinks it. He's gonna be like, damn.
He'll just have to read out the Brett bets during the Brett bet episode.
All right, so I gotta talk about this though. So he's back, but at the same time, while Gavin's handling his brother and running around with the cloak on that Kip gave him, so he could stay invisible and stay out of it. What he realizes that he lost is that the Blackguards had already lied for him. It was already handled, and Andros Kyle became the Pro Marcus.
No.
In his absence.
Nope. Denied.
Oh, okay, go for it.
I'm saying all of that's true, except Andrew Giles did not become Pro Marcus. He became the leader of the army.
Oh, okay.
Pro Marcus.
Is there a difference?
I don't know.
There is.
What's
being Pro Marcus is being unchallenged. You're the emperor. No one can challenge you.
Good point. They gave Andros Guile, I guess I assigned that Pro Marcus, but you're right, it's technically not.
Mm-hmm. It's not. He's definitely not.
You're right. The Hitman is correct here. Andros Guile is the leader of the army. Okay. And we find out how good that is when Gavin gets into the room and goes, you guys are fucking stupid. This is dumb. This is dumb. This is dumb. Why don't you do this, this, and this? Tell them I'm going to go win us this war. And leaves.
Yeah, he does that a couple of times. And it's ridiculous because they don't learn. Andrews Giles not even in the room.
No.
But it's just the biggest problem. He's off on a boat leading the army.
No, he can't. Dude, this one.
Andros has, like, real strong fucking Papa Lannister vibes going on.
He does.
Oh.
No, even worse.
But, like,
is
even
Papa
worse.
Lannister can actually lead armies.
Yeah.
Like,
but
this
way
guy
worse.
Fucking is like, I'm great at a card game and I'm awesome at politics.
He's like a delusional Papa Lannister.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
Even Gavin acknowledges him as a genius.
Right.
But he's like, just because you're a genius at politics and all this stuff,
you don't know
doesn't
nothing
mean you
about
know
war, dude.
War.
Right.
And that's the big problem in this scenario because
he doesn't.
It's fucking war.
Yeah.
Right now. And he's just sending his people to die.
Yeah.
So
you know why? Because he sees it as a game of 9 kings.
Yes.
Exactly. I can just sacrifice this card. I can sacrifice the pawns.
No, he's under the impression
life
that
as
stats on cards stay.
Yeah.
They don't understand that humans, the stats change because your will changes, your reaction changes, and
everything
just
changes.
Like Gavin had the best example ever when it was like, I asked Stanovis when I was going to go reinforce that person, that small force, and they were going to lose.
Left wing.
And Stanovis said, I know those men, they will hold.
Yeah.
And he went and won the war because of that, because those men held.
Well, it wasn't the war, but the battle.
Yeah,
like,
the battle.
Don't go to the left side.
They did
go
win
to
the war.
the center. And he went to the center, and the left side held.
Yep.
And he didn't realize the center was fucked up, and it was collapsing. But with the extra men and him,
all gut
is
all
one.
Understanding, know your men. It's a thing about good leadership that is really, really hard for people who just want to depend on 100% stats.
Yeah.
Because stats don't stay the same, man.
Yeah.
They change with humans.
Yeah.
They're not. It's not like a video game or a card game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gavin, Gavin, realized that he's smart.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know war.
Yeah.
He knows war now.
Yeah.
At the war we're reading.
At least better than anyone else does over there.
But he can listen to his advisors.
Right.
And that's the big takeaway.
Yeah.
Anyone's got to come do that. If one of his advisors said, this is suicide, he's like, no, I'm going to do it anyways.
Right.
That's it.
And he's going to lose.
He doesn't have the experience to be able to draw off of it. Advisors, you know what I mean?
It's kind of like the humility. Like he's a prism, and he's almost a god, for most people. Mm-hmm. And for him to be like, tell me what you think. Like in the first book, he had this problem. Yeah. Well, people would be like, we can do that. There's no problem. Yeah. And he's like, they can't do it. Like, he knows it. Yeah. But like Corbin Dallas, not Corbin Dallas, but
Multipass. Yeah.
Davis.
Yeah. Corbin Dallas will tell him the truth. And it's like his one true friend. Mm-hmm. And he'll be like, this is possible. We can do this. Mm-hmm. And he just puts all his faith into him. Mm-hmm. And he realizes that as good as as he is, Corbin Dallas is better.
And he is. He's like an amazing general. He's amazing to the point that like what was it that wasn't the Omnichrome Prince talking about how like people would just avoid battles if they knew that he was the general. Side, yeah. They'd just be like, no, we're good on this one. We'll peace out.
So anyway, we're in this boat, but Gavin decides to go sink ships anyway because he's like, fuck it. My dad's general, he's an idiot. Fuck it, I'm going to go get us to win. Yeah. So he goes to get him to win. They go, Kip comes on many missions, and we get to find out.
Yeah, I have a question about this because I was super fucking confused.
Ask it.
Okay, so during this battle, there's a point where, I forget the exact point. No, it wasn't. It wasn't when they were facing like the fucking super strong dude.
The super ship?
Yeah, but there was a point in the audiobook. I listened to it twice and I heard it the same way both times. Okay. Where Kip says, we're in Kip's mind, and he says, like shots are fired. And just then, so-and-so and Karris are dead. But Karris doesn't die. She's in like the next scene. Did you guys not hear that?
No. I listened to that scene a bunch. If that's the scene you're talking about.
Cannonball scene?
Yeah. No. Before that. It was a bit before that.
Oh. With the giant ship, the pirate ship?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think so.
Yeah. I never heard that.
Yeah, no. I heard it twice. I had to rewind it because I was like, wait, they just glossed over Karris' death like that? It must have been because I was listening at 2.5 speed. It was probably somebody else's name. And I just registered it.
There was
Karris.
people that died.
Karris was not even there at that time.
Yeah, Karris wasn't there at that time either. At that big pirate ship, she wasn't.
But then I'm not. No, but Kip was with Gavin and Karris the whole time.
No, Kip. After they got, he was with Gavin and Karris after Gavin went back to get Karris to go attack the Bane.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
the end battle.
Oh, it could be, but Kip might have seen that. I don't remember it, but Kip might have seen something that he thought she was dead, but she was never dead because at the end...
I know she's not dead because like 2 scenes later, but it was super weird because I'm almost positive. I'm gonna find it.
I bet. Yeah,
I'm gonna find it and play it for you.
I bet it was maybe Kip thought she was dead.
There's a part of me that feels like they misread it in the audiobook because I listened to it twice.
They didn't. I listened at 1.25 and there was no. I would have caught.
Maybe it was another name. It might have been
another name. People died.
Yeah. And I'm gonna find it and I'll show you exactly. Anyway, all right. This is not important.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
But okay, so
I'm gonna show you exactly what part I'm talking about.
Listen, we are on the right path though, because basically Gavin starts sinking ships. They come up with great engineering. The Blackguard calls him the true Parmarcus.
Yes. I love that. And that's even gonna talk about. Yeah. All right. So, was this after or before he sunk the Great Pirate Ship?
It was actually during and after.
No. It wasn't, definitely not during. It had to be after.
Wait, sunk the Great Pirate Ship?
It was like during the scene continued after, though.
the king pirate. There's 4 pirate kings.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they shrunk one of his ships.
Right.
I'm saying that's either after or before. It's definitely not.
It's not
during.
before. It's I said it's during and after. It's because of the flow of the scene. That's the reason I said that.
Because the scene is basically that. Then we go to them inside the compound trying to get rid of the cannons, and then we go back out to the sea. Right?
That's another. That's like another battle.
No. Is that not what we're talking about?
The massive pirate ship was the first ship that they attack, and they end up attacking it and they succeed, and then they go away, and then.
They exceed because Kip taps into some power, and he's like, everything slows down for him, and he's like,
oh, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, this is much earlier. Okay, we're at different points. I was at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
I got
the
you.
first ship that they.
This is the one where he basically almost blows up the whole fucking ship.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That one.
Kip's like, oh god, we're gonna lose, and he's super stressed out. He's like, we need to do something, and everything slows down.
Mm-hmm.
Time is at that moment of peace for him.
Yeah.
We don't really know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And he shoots out hundreds of ultraviolet rays.
Mm-hmm.
And then on those rays, he shoots out these yellow Luxon that explodes.
Mm-hmm.
So all the guns, all the cannons on that side explode. And the whole ship rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Back and forth. And then eventually,
Gavin finishes it off. Also, isn't there also a point at the very end? A similar thing happens to one of the either sub-red or ultraviolet cast, or no, one of the what's the not recognized Luxon? It's not Luxon. It's not like the physical.
The Tia.
Is it Tia? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Pewter.
Yeah. So
the Peter, but
Pewter.
But at the end. Man,
I know what you're talking about.
Why am I? I'm forgetting. But at the end,
Jeff, what's her name?
Tia, right?
Tia.
So the same thing basically happens with her, where her instincts just take over,
and
right?
she shoots out a dozen.
Yep.
Right.
Ultraviolet.
Is that the same thing that happened to Kip on the ship, where he just suddenly gets this the sense, and he just almost explodes the whole fucking ship?
Different, but maybe the same instinct.
It's very similar.
It might be the same kind of thing.
Same instinct. There may be other colors, like we said, that we don't know about, but we know that Tia found out that everybody told her that pewter can't be used that way. You could see metal.
Right.
That's why she's so valuable.
But I'm wondering, even though it's different ability that they're using, she's not using physical Luxon or whatever. I wonder if it's kind of the same instinctual understanding of your abilities that takes over in moments of extreme.
That's how it awakens.
Yeah.
That's how it awakens.
That's how it is. Because she had no idea. She saw the assassin in the street shoot a physical beam of whatever her Luxon is.
Right.
Which is impossible.
Yeah.
And they hit that lady right in the neck.
Yeah.
Killed her.
And then 3 steps later, she died.
Yeah.
And she asked her master, is that possible? And she's like, no. No one's ever been able to make that. And
I forgot about that scene, but I loved that scene.
Yeah, it was so good. Because it was all about, no, we can't do that because we don't want to get hunted, not no.
Yeah, I also I loved that, how she was just shut up. It's not possible.
Yeah. So she saw that.
Yeah.
And this is later. And she was about to die with 10 guys coming down on top of her. And she shot out 10 strings of sub-violet, whatever the color is.
Yeah,
pewter.
Pewter.
And it didn't kill them like it did the assassin.
I don't think it's pewter, but it's something that starts with a P.
But it did
something like that.
But it was pepper spray almost.
Mm-hmm.
They were burning and they couldn't accept it.
Yeah.
And they all fell down.
Yep.
And then she was like, "Oh,
except
it's
for
done."
fucking Simon.
Yeah.
And then the black girl came in and finish him off.
Yeah.
Speaking of that scene, there was a moment.
Oh my god,
that
that
so
scene was
deep.
so good.
It was good.
And I think it's over thought, and I even wrote a note about it, how deep it was. Mm-hmm. Is when Tia has a great perspective because Kip was with Gavin on Bane, so they're dealing with all the gods and the giants and all that shit. But Tia's fighting a real war, and with like humans and her own mesmerization of how good the Blackguard is and taking people out and everything with the arrows and how important she is, and because of her skill to see, and then the guy comes up and he's like, you got red, I got green.
Oh my god.
And then he dies.
Yeah.
Because he didn't realize she was colorblind.
I know.
And then she was like, he died because I'm colorblind, you fucking asshole.
Yeah.
You idiot. And I know her attitude was, you fucking asshole, you idiot. But to him, it was nature. You got red, I got green. Easy.
Yeah.
But
now let me ask you, because
didn't know.
That's what I was going to ask.
I know he didn't know.
That's the thing that I was wondering about. Was there any reason that he should know that?
Yes and no. So he is a Blackguard already, so he should be wary of who his team is and what.
Have they worked together before though?
No.
Probably
No,
not, though.
She's new.
Yeah,
She's not even a Blackguard. She's a Blackguard trainee.
She's even a trainee. Yeah,
I almost feel like
No, I feel really bad.
Yeah,
I felt terrible about it because I knew that was literally a
too,
situation of
she wasn't gonna be there except
Iron Fist.
No, the leader.
Iron Fist?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, that one. Thank you, Dick. Why didn't you just say that the first time?
Exactly. Iron Fist is like, you come with us because you can tell who has armor.
Jeff's face was so confused. Iron Fist? Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. No, but he's like, you're going to come with us. And as far as I know, this is the first outing with her in the...
It is. It is. 100% first field operation.
And it's like, we need you to know what these armor people are. What is it? Pretty much what everyone is.
I thought it was beautiful and terrible because it's a reality. Is that when you're in a situation like that, you bring these new people in and whatever, you're not always debriefed perfectly or briefed perfectly.
I do feel and I don't want to blame her. It was the heat of the moment. There's lots of stuff going on. It was a chaotic time. I'm not saying that it's her fault, but I do feel that for example, if I was a soldier and my right leg didn't work, and somebody was like, "Hey man, let's go do this thing," I'd be like, "All right, but my right leg doesn't work, right?"
You're right. The thing, the best.
I would try and let people aware of where my weakness is.
I'm assuming before I move out with you, I already know you like this movie.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
But I feel in that situation, because they were in the midst of a battle, right?
That's the problem. Actually, that was the problem because he said, "You got left, I got right," because she had already proven herself. Well,
he said, I'll take the green, I'll take the blue.
Yeah, that would have been better.
Yes.
Take him, I got him.
But the thing is that was great because it showed the habit of how you judge
right,
the
that's
color.
how they do it.
And she said she didn't even have time. It was literally
there was no
he
time
got
to
killed.
Be
It was it was done. We went. She had to guess that moment. And unfortunately, and I love this about the book.
Man, it's a 50-50 chance.
I love this about the book because Brent Weeks made a point.
And they collided, and they killed the one guy, but the other guy fucking sniped him.
I loved it.
This is the other crazy thing about it.
I loved it because he made it a point to do that.
Not only that, it was a 50-50 on who they killed because who they chose, but it was also a 50-50 on which one of them would die.
Yes.
That was just as dangerous for her as it was for him.
No, it was amazing that the author put that in there.
Yeah.
Because it was a 50-50 chance.
All right, we have to talk about the last one because we got 5 to 10 minutes in this episode.
We only do, you're right.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, obviously the Blackguard's going nutso. And I don't even want to get into the cannonball scene because they do succeed with Tyria. and Iron Fist.
I do love that scene though. I just love how they depicted the precision of the Blackguard, how they just instinctually know each other, which actually goes back to what we were just saying.
Exactly.
They're so used to you're almost you're an extension. You are my left leg.
Yes.
They don't think of them as another person. We know exactly what we're doing.
And the problem that the new people come in, this is why it's so hard and so long that the new people come in, is because they need to be an extension of that body.
Yeah. They're like the what is it? What's that movie called? The 300.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And we can't let this guy in because how do we work? We work off each other. Yeah. I protect him, he protects me, we protect each other. They're one unit, you know? And I thought that scene where they did take over the cannons, we won't dwell on it, but I thought that perfectly exemplified that because they just showed how he didn't even have to say anything. He just throws a rope, they go down. It's like all the things happened as if it was one person.
No. What you're talking about, I'm assuming, was when they're going to climb off the mountain.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome.
He's like, all right, you up there? She's like, how many up there? 4 or 5. No, I need the exact number. Go up there and you tie the rope. Yeah. And Iron Fist held the other person down.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, it's 6.
So amazing.
He's like,
so good.
I'm gonna swing this person around because like it kind of went to shit.
Yeah.
But he still was in control. And he brought his person around and he fell off the mountain. And everyone else is like, nope. Bunch of ropes.
And he saved them. Team.
So good.
Boom, boom, boom. So we can't spend a ton of time on that because we
that
gotta get to the
amazing.
Bane.
It was great. It was great.
Bane, because it only sometimes it floats.
I know. I know, man.
It was underwater. Holy shit,
know.
Gavin. I love that. The green. Okay, so the blue Bane, birds flying in a line or whatever. The green Bane, women fucking whoever they want, running around crazy, men killing people and running around like animals and howling.
Yeah.
Like dogs, bugging.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah. Dude, that one description, this is a little bit earlier than right now, but that one description that the one like soldier or whatever gave where he's like, yeah, I basically walked in on my wife sleeping with another man and she just like looked at me and laughed or whatever.
Yeah.
Because she was green, right? She was just going nuts,
green.
Right?
That was
that was earlier, but
no, it was Iron Fist, and he came in on the whales, who.
Well, that was the same scene.
No.
That the guy was telling about,
and it was a villager.
Yeah.
Who was like. He was cut up,
a villager.
And it's like he was cut up to whales, and it's like.
He's like, I killed my wife.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, that was a guy in the same scene.
Nothing's gonna be the same.
Yeah.
I saw my wife fucking X and X.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell because if she wanted it, or is it because...
Or if she was crazy.
Yeah. And then it's like, yeah, I killed her. And then it's like...
that was the same guy. I thought it was a different guy that said, I just killed my wife.
That was a guy who saw his wife fucking someone
Oh.
else, and he killed her. And it's like, nothing's gonna be the same.
But I mean, like,
fucking
you
ruined.
also get the feeling, like, you don't know if he killed her, like, oh, I'm jealous, or if he killed her,
Or
like,
he was also crazy.
Shit, this whole world is fucked.
Yeah.
They're, like, walking around, and I got stabbed when I'm trying to get us all food, and
Dude,
that kind of stuff.
that's nuts.
Weird.
Yeah,
It just goes to show why, potentially... I mean, here's something that we have to keep in mind also, is that maybe this is why the Chromaria created all of these Halo things, all of this keeping things in check.
That's supposedly why Lacedonius ended the gods.
Because think about it. Even if you have, because Josh was saying in episode 1, I believe, even if you have all the color gods in balance, all it takes is one color god to kill another color god, and you're in fucking pandemonium.
And they were
you're
warring
in chaos
constantly.
Again.
Even the color prince said, they were always warring with each other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like,
and,
oh my god.
I mean, as soon as the first color gods come out, everything, all the balance is getting fucked up.
Exactly.
All right. So we get to the point where obviously the Blackguard's taking the cannons for a reason because Gavin, Kip, Karris, and a team of Blackguards are on the Bane.
Yeah.
The green Bane that comes out of the water. Because it doesn't always float. It only sometimes floats.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of bullshit, but whatever. I mean,
Tell us what you really feel, Ben.
She could give him some more, but the problem is that she knows if she gives him too much information, it changes the future.
Right.
So she knows she could only let him know so much because part of what makes him successful is that he has to figure it out.
Right.
That's the thing.
So there was a part of me in this that was feeling... I feel like this is actually very true to real life. There's no way that we'll ever know because there's no such thing as fucking fortune telling.
Yeah.
Most likely. But this reminded me very, very specifically of that moment in... Spoiler alert for Endgame and Infinity War.
Okay,
3,
spoiler.
2, 1.
Chop, chop, chop.
This reminded me of that moment when, at the very end of Endgame, or Infinity War, Doctor Strange was like, one in a million, or 1 in 990 million, or whatever.
Yeah,
it's just like, he's like, is this the one? And then in Infinity War, he's like, is this the one? He's like, if I tell you, it won't happen. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I feel like the reason that we probably see this cross many stories is because that's most likely what would happen. Yeah. If we knew the future, it would change the future,
I think to give you a point, I saw Terminator, the new James Cameron Terminator last night, which was amazing because it was actually canon.
Oh, is that what you went to go see?
Yes.
I would have saw that.
I told you in the text.
Oh, anyway. Did you?
Yeah, I hate movies.
So it was fucking awesome because it was like, oh, the future. Yes, we send somebody back and then they fuck it and then, oh, actually, it makes an impact. And it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, they did a great job saying that.
Shout out.
Spoil it.
Shout out.
But essentially the same kind of thing. It's like, fuck. Duh, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, and so she was worried as a seer, like, I'm gonna change the path, and she could see all the paths.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard for her because there's millions and millions and millions of paths.
I mean, she can see a lot. But it's not absolute.
All right. No.
So, what do you guys think about then the Green Bane? So, good old Kip using his momentum.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
To kill slay giants with orange by accident because he had the wrong spectacles on.
So we definitely know that the dagger, now sword / gun, I guess, I don't know. But the dagger I'm a DJ. The dagger definitely cannot only be used on one. I was wondering if it can only be used on one color at a time. Oh. But green was already established.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he killed the green with it.
He killed a
lot of greens.
Actually,
oh my god,
a second.
Killed a ton of greens.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, though, why would it steal the force from other colors but kill? Because Gavin wasn't killed.
Yeah.
Gavin was stabbed. And he was like, oh, I thought I had a crazy dream that I was stabbed. But it stole his color force.
So, for Gavin, the first time, anyways, it was only stabbed. And then Kip tackled
him, right.
His half brother.
Right.
And so it wasn't in him
but the
a long
second time.
No. And then the second time, he stabbed someone else. But then the third time, he was in the Green Giants.
The Green Goblin outfit?
Yeah, the Green Goblin. But whatever that was, the island at the end of the book too.
Uh-huh.
And so anytime he stabbed him in the heart, it wasn't just like...
Right.
It was like... And then he stole everything from them.
Well, so I have a theory about that.
And then...
Finally,
he stabbed one giant in the calf, and I'm assuming Luxon works like the blood goes in the heart, just from what I read. And he stabbed her in the calf, and she didn't stop. But eventually, in like a minute, it drained her from her life.
Okay. All the Luxon was pooling from that wound.
I was thinking for a second that like stealing a color almost primed it to be able to kill that color then. Yeah. Like it steals them, but
I think that would work on anything. Because I think that blade eats... This is my opinion.
It eats Luxon.
My opinion is that eats Luxon like no other. And so if
since
you get
he was pure Luxon, basically, that's why.
I mean, the god is just basically pure Luxon. And actually, when he died, Kip pulled that knife out,
and he was almost nothing remaining
because the rest of his body was pure.
Yeah,
Luxon.
that's a good point.
And so he he stabbed in the back of his head, and he's like, I heard bones crunch, and then there was just a bunch of goop, human goop afterwards because he had nothing else. So I honestly think that blade is a Luxon killer. It eats all Luxon.
That's how I feel like it.
All right.
But the one thing I don't understand is in the first book, Kip's brother stabs him. Yes. And he gets knocked out because Kip knocks him into
the water.
Well, he nicked him.
Yeah.
I felt it was a solid stab in the back.
No, what
I think it was just the tip, but
he lost the blue crystal filled, and Gavin lost blue.
Yep.
And that was that.
That blue crystal was filled to the fullest.
And then
that's that nick. That's what you did.
Yeah. I felt I go and read it. I felt that Gavin was stabbed directly in the back. Mm-hmm. And Kip stopped it like 1 second later, and they fell in the river, and then we know what happened. But later, Kip has the dagger, and he stabs the guy in the shimmer cloak, who was a green, right in the chest.
Oh yeah, and he does die.
And no, he does not die.
Oh, he doesn't die. Right. That's why I thought what I thought. Where like you have to like prime it to be able to kill people, but I think that your thing makes more sense. Where it just
I thought I'm like, why is he dying? Because it's in the first book, I was like, this blade doesn't kill people; it cuts the colors.
Yeah,
and that's how it happened to Guile, Gavin Guile, and then it happened to Luxa. What's his name? Lux, the Simmer cloak. He got stabbed, and he lost all his colors.
Yeah,
he only had one. So he lost green, and the green crystal filled.
Yeah, and then
and he tried to draft,
somehow
and he
affected
couldn't.
Gavin potentially too.
And then all of a sudden, Gavin couldn't draft green either. And that's what I'm wondering, like, how is this connected?
I know.
Is this how Ben's connected? Wondering? Brett's wondering. I'm wondering. That's why we're gonna leave you at a wondering. Because this is episode 3, folks, and we are still wondering. And I think
we just have to talk briefly, 30 seconds or less about Gavin. Gavin at the end.
Oh, so Gavin. Well, if you remember, the series says, "If you're the man I think you are, you have less time than you think." And he
so
was
what does this
man.
mean? Does this mean that he's not the man that she thought she was?
Oh my God.
No, it means he was.
Or does it mean that
means the man? I think
him as the prison is gone.
I think it was the man that he thinks he was. Brent, and he took that fucking knife for Kip, even though he didn't.
All right, so my Brett bet that I'm about to impose, if you abstain, it's going to give away the answer.
Okay.
So I want you to say yes or no before I give my Brett bet.
Okay.
I'll
say yes or no.
Bet, so we can make that bet, and then Jeff can come in afterwards.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So Jeff's answer is yes. Well, because
the bet,
the bet, the way that I'm going to phrase the bet means that it would give away the answer.
It's just in case if I know
yes
or not if I know.
Yeah. And if you don't know, you can say, "Oh, I don't know. I'll get in on this."
Okay.
So yours is yes. If you, no, we can't do that. Yours is yes.
Let's say the bet.
Okay.
I'm just yes. No matter what, even if I want to get in later, I'm just yes.
And now I forgot what I fucking wanted.
No.
Come on, Ben.
It's just like me and you, and then Jeff will come in afterwards.
Hold on, Brett. What was it? Fuck. What were we talking about? Jesus.
Oh, Gavin.
Oh, no. Okay. Does Gavin get his prison powers back?
No.
I want to say no too, but it'd be more fun if I said yes. Yes. Okay. No.
I already said yes.
This is yes.
I have no choice.
This is yes. That's why I said he had to answer before him. Because no matter what you said, if you say I abstain, that means.
But also, if I said I know, it gives you indication.
But if you said, for example, I abstain because I know the answer, that means, then yes, because. And if you say no, that just means, well, we don't know until the last the last.
I said yes, folks.
Okay.
So.
Well, because we made them. All right.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying.
Does.
Explain this on me.
Does Gavin
it's your fault. I said it beforehand.
Prism
Can't say anything.
Powers back. Ben, no. Brett,
all right.
Yes. Jeff, forced. Yes.
So I got about 10 questions that we are going to revisit in the beginning of round 3.
I don't want to do that again. That was so boring. I just want to talk about the book 3.
It's really about, I guess we have to, but we don't have enough time, folks, to get into the
we're already too late. We're not going to make it to the movie.
We're going to make it.
Okay.
All right, folks. That's that, and cheers.
Cheers.
Man,
what a good book.
Thanks again for joining us for this episode of Lit Literature. If you liked us, please check out our social media at Lit Literature 1 at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't hesitate to join in on the conversation. We appreciate the conversation, the questions, book recommendations, anything of that sort. Join in right on the social media websites. And don't forget to check us out at our website, litliterature.com, and our upcoming projects, though there aren't many now besides Lit Literature, you can find at lyket.net, Lyket. We do have a Patreon account, but if you truly want to support us, please like and share. Cheers.